You're listening to The EJA Adler Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
Shalom, amigos. Welcome to the EJA Adler Show. I am, of course, EJA Adler. I want to apologize for being absent for a little bit. I have been dealing with digestive issues, so your prayers are most welcomed and appreciated. I wanted to do the show today because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And so I have a very special show for you. I would call it a special edition of the EJA Adler Show. But of course, if you call every show a special edition, then none of them are. And I want to dedicate this show to two very important men in my life. Besides my husband, of course, I've had men in my life that have been instrumental in my development as a human being, hopefully as a good human being. The first being my dad, Heron Ocampo. My beautiful, beautiful, handsome, kind, smart, loving father, who is now in heaven, hopefully helping God do some good. And hopefully he'll be my daddy again in my next life. I do believe in that. My father helped me by teaching me gratitude. From the very beginning, since I was little, my dad always gave thanks to God. He would bring me a little something every time he would come home from work, either a little piece of candy or pencil for school, just a little something to let me know that he'd been thinking about me throughout the day. And whenever I would say, "Thank you, Daddy," or "Gracias, Papito," he would say, "Thank God. I'm just the vehicle. God is the author of everything." So I learned gratitude from him from the time I was born, I suppose. I'm very grateful for my daddy. I'm very grateful for my mother too. But I was my daddy's little girl, and I'm still his little girl because love does not die. That's the day of my wedding, one of the happiest days of my life. And unfortunately, at that time, my father, the arthritis had already kicked in so badly that he could no longer walk. So he was not able to walk me down the aisle as we both would have wanted. So this is the other man that I'm dedicating the show to, my dear beloved friend, my big brother, Dennis Prager. I have known Dennis for many, 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 many years. And he's always been a friend. He's always been supportive of me, loving of me. And when my dad couldn't walk me down the aisle, and my brother who lives in Mexico couldn't make it to the wedding because he had some health issues with some family members down there, so he couldn't come. So Dennis stepped in. I couldn't think of anybody else to do that for me. Not an uncle, not a cousin. It had to be my big brother, Dennis. And he didn't hesitate for one moment to say, "Yes, I will do it for you." He said it would be an honor. My beloved friend, as many of you probably know, has suffered a severe accident. He's in the hospital. I can tell you that he's in very good hands. But I also want to ask you for your prayers for him. We can all use your prayers. So this Thanksgiving, I want to share with you my enormous gratitude for these two men. God loves me so much that he's surrounded me with good people, beginning with my parents. Thank you for my father. Thank you for my beloved friend, Dennis Prager, who also taught me about gratitude or reminded me what my father's lessons were, reminded me that you have to be grateful. My father used to say, you have to be grateful. If you're having a bad day, then be grateful that you have a day. Because if you didn't have a day, then you wouldn't be alive, right? So you have to be grateful for that. Be grateful. If you make a list of everything that we should be grateful for, you wouldn't have enough paper. If you would just sit down and think about every little thing in your life, every little thing that has to work properly for you to wake up in the morning, for you to be able to get up, for you to be able to feed yourself, for you to be able to dress yourself, take a shower. Every little aspect that has to work. It didn't just happen. Somebody made us. Somebody programmed this body, which is like a computer. And that somebody is God. Be grateful for your health if you're healthy. Be grateful for the medications and the doctors and the nurses that are available to you if you're dealing with issues like I have been, like my beloved friend is doing right now. Be grateful for your family, for your husband, your wife, your children, your pets, your friends. So much to be grateful for. So even though I'm not feeling 100% up to it, I'm here to share with you my gratitude. And one of the people that I'm grateful for is a beloved, beautiful friend who is showing everybody how to be grateful by paying it forward. Welcome once again, my dear Shashana Kaplan, co-founder of Pifster, the Pay It Forward app.
Yes.
Welcome, Shashana. Thank you for being here on this special day.
Oh, thank you for having me, Edie. That was really beautiful. You know, as you were saying about having gratitude, I have a gratitude journal that I keep. And it always reminds me, I can go back days in my journal and it just reminds me to be grateful for the sense of smell, to be grateful for the sense of taste, just little things that some people don't have. So I'm very grateful I do, especially on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And thank you for starting Pifster.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure.
Please remind people what Pifster is all about.
So Pifster is an app where we crowdsource $1 a month donations. You know, everybody wants to do good. Everybody wants to help other people. And we created an app where everybody could donate just $1. We group it with everybody else's dollar, and we help smaller nonprofits, neighborhood causes, or individuals. And the way that we do that is our users suggest where to pay it forward because they're in their community and they know what their community needs. It goes through vetting, and every month we have 4 different causes to vote on. Whoever has the most votes at the end of the month gets the monthly dollar accumulations.
And I am a perfect example of how this works.
Yes.
Because when you and your husband first started this,
Yes.
I suggested a charity.
Yes. DR Bully. Oh, well, and Lisa's, but DR Bully.
Yeah. That was my first suggestion because, as you know, I love dogs, all kinds of dogs. There are no bad dogs. There are bad people behind the dog.
True that. Yep.
So I love pit bulls. And I have my dear friend, Robin Russell, who has a pit bull rescue.
Yes.
I nominated her to be one of your charities.
And she got the most
We all
votes.
voted.
Yep.
And she got the donations.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're still in touch. She's lovely. We still have her on the app because, again, our goal is to give a voice to these smaller nonprofits that are right in our neighborhoods that we don't even know about. You know, there's 1.8 million nonprofits in America. That is a huge pool.
Yeah.
And people only know of the top 5.
Right.
And there are people in your own neighborhood saving animals, caring for seniors, taking care of children with disabilities, and they do it because they're passionate about it.
Absolutely.
Or they do it because they themselves have suffered a trauma and vowed that no one would go through what they went through.
Yeah. And then my second nomination was for Lisa's Care Connection.
Yes.
The nonprofit started by my dear friend Lisa Gibbons.
Another amazing organization.
Yeah, and I benefited from her services. I've mentioned before, that's how we met, and nominated her.
Yes.
We voted. She got the most votes,
Yes.
and she won.
Yes, the community really appreciated her. I didn't realize until after I started doing vetting that all the services, the counseling, everything is free for the caregiver, and they need support.
Yes,
You know, a family member who's caring for someone with Alzheimer's, it's not easy. And you sometimes it falls onto the closest family member, and they're not medically educated. They don't know what to do, but yet Lisa's place can help them from start to finish.
exactly. And their overhead is very, very limited. It runs mostly with volunteers.
It's
I'm
amazing.
happy to share that I just graduated from the HUGS program.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's the
So-
one that the donation kicked off was the HUGS
Yeah.
program. Oh, that's so awesome to hear.
So yeah, now I'm going to be a volunteer,
Great.
and I'm going to mentor caregivers
Oh, that's
who
amazing,
may
Edie.
be going through a tough time, as
Yes.
I did with my parents.
Yes.
If they need advice, if they need a shoulder to cry on, or just someone to vent,
Yes.
I'm going to be there for them.
That support is so important. And I am so excited because our donation kicked off that program. Wow, coming full circle. There's the gratitude right there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And you'd make a great mentor, caregiver.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm also in line to facilitate a Spanish language support group.
Oh, great.
And it's probably going to be on Zoom, so it doesn't need to be local to California.
Right.
So
Oh, caregivers need that support.
yeah, so
They just need someone to talk to because it's not a normal disease. It's not like you could give someone medication and the symptoms die down. It's hard.
devastating.
Yeah,
It's
it's hard.
devastating. If any of you need help or assistance or questions or anything about Lisa's Care Connection, just go to lisascareconnection.org.
Yes.
Lisa, LEEZAS, connection.org. And you can find all the information there. And like I said, you don't have to be local. And speaking of gratitude,
Yes.
I'm also grateful for all the pets that I have.
Oh,
And as you know, they're all rescued.
yes. Mine too.
I now have, well, Neil and I have now 2 turtles.
Oh, wow. You got two turtles.
Yeah. We have 2 birds, two beautiful parrots.
Yes.
We have 3 dogs now, and 3 cats.
You've
They're all
added 2 dogs
rescued.
since I've seen you last.
We've always had. Well, I don't think you've met Maya, the pit bull.
I think we did. I remember you getting Maya, but she's the last one. So it's just actually you've added another dog. Wow.
No,
You have Athena.
we
and you
had
have-
Athena,
Yes.
Maya, and then Thor,
Oh, right.
who's my
How could I forget Thor?
who is my foster,
Yes.
but I'm her forever foster.
Yes.
So, what about this, my dear friends? Why don't you show your gratitude this Thanksgiving? If you can afford it, if you have the energy for a pet, why don't you save a life
Yes.
to show how grateful you are this Thanksgiving? Visit any local shelter. They are full to the max, and a lot of them are killing animals, healthy animals, puppies, kittens, because they're running out of space. I don't agree with that, by the way. I think there should be a better way. But there's a way that you can help. Go to your shelter. There's one in Van Nuys, California. And these 4 beautiful brindle dogs, if we could show the picture, there we go. They're available for adoption. They're 4 different dogs. I couldn't print the information on them, but if you go to your local, well, not your local, but the Van Nuys shelter, which is in almost the corner of Van Owen and Van Nuys Boulevard, you can meet these beautiful brindle dogs. And if you're not a match for these beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous dogs, you can find all kinds of dogs, cats, bunnies, birds. One time I saw a rooster there. So go there, save a life, show your gratitude. Only, however, make sure that you have the means because pets are expensive, especially when they get sick.
Yes.
And if you have the energy, pets are not objects. They're not refundable. If you take one home, it's a commitment. It's for life.
That is true.
And the dogs and the cats and the birds, they're also grateful also.
Oh, a rescue dog knows.
Oh,
A
they
rescue
know.
dog knows it's been rescued. Oh, they are forever grateful. There's more gratitude for the subject, but yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, look
Yeah.
at Bella. I mean, I saved her from my neighbor's yard. She had it's a little chihuahua. She had her in a cage, and she said that she didn't have time to feed her. And by the time I had been asking this woman for this dog, but by the time I talked her into giving to me, she was a week away from death. And now she's living her best life.
Yeah.
She's living it up. She rules all the other boys because all my other animals are boys, so she rules them all. So sweet.
Yeah. We can take the picture off now, Sam. Thank you. Thank you. So but it's not just Bella. You've rescued many more animals.
Yeah, I had 5. We just recently had to put down my cat. It got liver disease, so we had to put him down, unfortunately. But all 5 of my animals were from my street. They were just running on the street.
Yeah. And I know this is fresh, and I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just going to try to make a point for our audience out there. When we lose an animal, and I've been through that many more times than I want to.
It sucks. It's heart-wrenching.
And it hurts so much
Yeah.
that sometimes you think, I don't want another one. I don't want to go through this again, ever again. And that's not really the point. The point is that you're not going to replace the one you've lost. You're going to save another life and honor the one that you lost by saving another life. And it's a completely different animal, different personality.
Yeah.
And they love you, and eventually you love them. And they give you so many years of joy. And
well, I mean, it took me a few days, but I bounced back. But I say that to everybody. It took me a few days to grieve. But then you realize that you gave this animal 17 years of a wonderful, blessed life. And now another animal needs that.
Yeah.
And now there's another animal that's suffering. There's a lot, unfortunately, because like you said, the shelters are full. Not only the shelters, but rescues are full too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend Robin has been at capacity for a while.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I remember when we went there to deliver the check, I think she had 11 dogs in her yard. 11. And she maintains them so well, and they all got along. It was lovely and sweet.
She takes really good care of them.
Yeah, and she loves them. I mean, she loves them. That's what I was saying. These people with small nonprofits, they do it because they're so passionate about what they're doing, and they need support. I mean, I can't have 11 dogs, but I can certainly give $1 a month to somebody who does have 11 dogs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she takes care of them medically too.
She does.
When they get sick,
she does.
They go to the vet.
Yep, she does.
And people reach out to her sometimes asking for help for their own pets. And more than once, she takes it out of her pocket and helps people out too. So,
oh yeah.
Thank you, everybody who voted for her.
Yes.
And thank you for having her on your
she fit
Pifster.
She fit the profile perfectly. I mean, again, small nonprofit, doing something out of passion, using her own money, her own time. Yeah, that's exactly the people that we want to support, because they don't have the time or the money to hire grant writers to get grants.
Right.
They're just focused on caregiving. And that was the goal of Pifster, was to allow these amazing caregivers to do that and not have to run a business. I mean, even Pifster is a nonprofit and a 501c3. So all your dollar deductions, all your dollars are tax deductible. But I'm not a business owner. I don't know how to run a business, but I know what I want to do. And I want to care for the people that are caring for others and support them. But, people are saying, oh, you should have a board, or you should do this. I can imagine what these small nonprofits must be going through. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. And it's not that difficult to donate $1 a month.
No.
But also, if you can afford more, please know that you can donate more than $1.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not going to be rejected.
That is true. That's true. My dad does a few. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But $1, I don't think people realize that, 25 cents a week is not much. But when you group it with somebody else's 25 cents and then $1 a month, somebody else's dollar and somebody else's dollar and somebody else's dollar, you make $700 a month. That's what we're doing. And then that makes a huge difference to these nonprofits. It pays for medication, it pays for food, or it helps a family. We bought, like, last Thanksgiving, She Is Hope, great organization. We were able to get, I think, 35 turkeys for struggling single mothers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's just things like that. I'm so grateful that I can do, but it's all of us doing it together.
Absolutely.
And that's the point. It's like, if we all donate $1, I mean, there's 10 million people in Los Angeles. I mean, could you imagine what a dream that is for me?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes, we could feed people, clothe people, educate people, take care of animals. I mean, what a dream.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My dream is to one day have a no-kill shelter.
Yes. Well, we have worked with a lot of no-kill shelters, and though they are very proud of being no-kill, they have had dogs for a long time. But that's how it goes.
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
yeah. And it's not that hard to take care of an older dog. Yeah, sometimes they do get sick when they get older, but there are a lot of older dogs in the shelters.
Yes,
And those are ideal for people who are not very active.
absolutely. In fact, there was a rescue called Oldies But Goodies in Oregon that we helped, and they had a program called Seniors for Seniors, and it was senior dogs for senior people, and it was a great match, and it's doing really well in Oregon. And I said, you should educate other dog shelters and other rescues on that program so that they can do it down here.
Yeah, and it's scientifically proven that people who have pets have
Yes.
less stress,
Yes.
they have better health, they have better blood pressure,
Yes.
and they live longer.
Well, and who doesn't want that unconditional love every
I know.
morning greeting you?
And
I
every
mean,
time they look at you with those eyes,
I know, it's the
"Oh my God."
best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Animals are the best. They are.
Yeah.
Yes. And I say to people, if you can't own an animal, well, then foster one for 30 days.
Right.
Because these rescues are also filled to capacity. It's people need help. We have to help each other. We can't wait for someone else to do it. We have to step up and do it.
Well said. Tell me about some of your Thanksgiving traditions.
Oh, goodness. Well, the Thanksgiving tradition where you go around the table and you say what you're grateful for.
Yes.
We do that. And tomorrow I'm going to a friend's house, which is going to be different. I usually would go to a family, but the family's been ill and there's just been some drama. So I'm not going there not a big deal, but I'm not going there this year. So there's going to be new traditions that I'm going to see tomorrow. But it's always going around the table and just being grateful. And then, of course, food, and more food.
Yes. Well, as you know, I'm a pescatarian.
Yes.
We don't need meat or poultry.
Yes.
But when my dad was still with us physically, he loved the tradition of Thanksgiving. In fact, we celebrated Thanksgiving while we were still living in Mexico because he had lived here. And so he thought it was an awesome idea to have one particular day just to be grateful.
Yes.
So he brought the tradition with him. And so for him, I started making turkey.
Oh.
Just because he loved the tradition and the food and everything else. And now in his memory, in his honor, I still do it. And for my husband, for Neil, even though he's also a pescatarian, but he loves the turkey, he loves the food.
Turkey's the best.
Yeah, and
Turkey's the best. And gravy and green bean casserole and sweet potatoes. Yeah, it's all fantastic.
I apologize to the bird before I cook it. And I thank it for feeding my family, my friends. Yeah, but we had that tradition since I was little.
I love that. I love Thanksgiving. It's such a special day. It's like, it's just everyone's in a good mood and people love each other and there's no drama or politics or anything. It's just a good day just to appreciate the people around you.
Yeah, I was reading this morning on the internet that some people want to cancel Thanksgiving because there's nothing to be grateful for. And I'm thinking like,
so sad.
Are you kidding me?
So
Are you
sad.
seriously?
They will learn their lesson. One day they will wake up and they won't be able to walk, or one day they'll wake up and they won't be able to smell, and then they'll appreciate what they had. I think
Yeah.
that's the way it works. When you don't appreciate something, it goes away.
I was the other day, my husband Neil and I were watching Superman, the Christopher Reeve story.
Oh my gosh.
It's a documentary.
Yes.
It had me in tears by the end, because here's this man
Yes.
who, by all accounts, was a decent, generous, friendly man. He wasn't one of those celebrities that go, "Don't touch me, no pictures, no autographs." He was just a decent, kind, generous man, friendly. He played Superman.
Yeah.
So
The Superman.
the Superman,
Like he is
the
he is
Man
the
of
standard
Steel.
that we hold everybody else to, is Christopher Steele.
Absolutely. And then it all changed in a split second for
Yeah.
him.
Yep. Didn't he break his back?
He broke his neck.
Broke his neck.
He
Yeah.
fell off a horse, and his son said, half an inch the other way, he
Wow.
would have walked away. Half an
Oh,
inch the other way, he would have died instantly.
wow.
But he lived 10 more years,
Yeah.
unable to move, unable to feel anything. His wife would hold his hand, and his wife would feel him, but he couldn't feel her.
Wow. What a tragedy.
And he couldn't play with his children anymore. He couldn't even feed himself.
I always tell people that who are ungrateful, and I mean, I know quite a few younger people who are kind of confused about what to be grateful for. I always tell them, go be of service to somebody else. Just go help somebody else. And every single time they have come back to me being grateful.
Yeah.
Because you see, other people don't have what you have.
Yeah. And it could happen to anybody.
Yes.
It happened to Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happened to Superman.
The Superman.
Split second.
Yep.
His life changed completely.
Well, and look at Dennis.
Well, we're very optimistic
Yes.
for Dennis.
Yes. Prayers for Dennis for sure.
Prayers for Dennis.
Yes.
We're very optimistic about him. He's in excellent hands.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
And yeah, so we must be grateful.
Yes. Yeah. People call me. It's funny. This is where I get really busy during the holidays. People call me a lot and they're like, oh, where is a shelter or a soup kitchen that I could go donate my time to? And it's funny because there are many soup kitchens that are open all year around.
Right.
And they need help all year around, not just Christmas time, not just Thanksgiving. I mean, it's great that they'll go on Thanksgiving, but come January, keep going. They still need help serving people.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Donate your clothes. Donate
Yes.
some food items.
Yes. Well, this month is actually really special on Pifster because we have, I called some business people in North Carolina and asked them to find out who has boots on the ground that are helping people from the hurricane.
Wow.
And they came back to me with several amazing organizations that are building like small homes for them to stay in while they, get their houses fixed and things like that. Or they're still passing out water, or they're still clearing roads, or there's so many things that they need, generators and air mattresses, and they still need water. Blankets. They still need water even there. I mean, it's crazy what's happening in North Carolina, but every organization on Pifster this month is benefiting North Carolina.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I believe I already voted.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think I did already.
Good.
We have to get Neil to vote.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people are just happy to donate $1.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't voting, but I'm like, it's your choice. I mean, there's no other nonprofit that I know of where you can designate where your dollar goes and what your dollar does.
And the good thing about it is that you make a video of the person
Yes.
actually getting the money.
Yes, and what they're going to use it for.
Yeah, so you see
Yes.
it. There's no questions
Yes.
about your organization. None.
We are 100% transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it that way because we don't know when we donate our money what our money is being used for. I mean, even I used to be the $20 a monther for the ASPCA. And then you find out how much the guy who runs the president, how much he makes, which is over $1 million in salary. So that like your $20 goes there first. And that's, I don't want that. I want my $20 to go to the animals. So I stopped, obviously, the ASPCA, and now you can donate to animals on my app.
They're very good about promoting themselves.
Those commercials.
Those commercials.
Yeah, they kill me. They kill me.
Yeah.
I can't even watch them. I turn the channel.
Yeah.
Or I put it on mute, close my eyes, or plug my ears. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's so manipulative. So manipulative. But nobody wants to see an animal hurt. I mean, of course,
Right.
Yeah.
So remind everybody why and how you started Pifster. I know we talked about this the first time you were here.
Yeah.
But let's remind them.
Well, it was during COVID. COVID changed everything for everybody. Our neighborhood was shut down, and as all neighborhoods were, and there were a lot of elderly in our neighborhood. It was just really sad, just really lonely for some people, and the kids couldn't go to school. It was not good. And the shutdowns were just bad for everybody. But a few months into it, I started seeing some people walk around our neighborhood, some smaller nonprofits, spending time with the elderly, and also giving the families educational games. I mean, it was really nice. So when I started to talk to them, and get to know them as they're walking around the neighborhood, I realized that they were doing it out of their own bank, their own pocket, just to help others, because they were suffering and they saw something that helped them. So they wanted to share it with others. And the more I got to know them, the more I realized that there were thousands of people like them doing, again, what they love from their own bank, their own time, and Chris and I started to talk about it. And of course, I think I said to him, I know I said to him, and I think everyone has said it before, if I had $1 for everybody that cared, we wouldn't have these problems.
Right.
And he said, I think there's something to that. And I said, well, I mean, I've said it. You've said it. I'm sure someone said it, but I think we could do something. And that's how we came up with Pifster. If everyone would donate just $1 a month, we could group it together and we could actually make a difference.
And it's working.
I think it's working. Yes.
I think it's going to grow.
Yes.
I think it's
from your mouth
grow.
to God's ears.
Yeah, I think it's going to grow because you're doing awesome work and you're helping people.
Yes.
And every time I can, I promote you. So.
Thank you. It's so funny. I was talking to someone, I think yesterday at a meeting, and they said, oh, how long has Pifster been going? And I said, 19 months. And they said, oh, that's so weird. Not a year and a half, not almost 2 years. And I said, well, I know it's 19 months because I've paid it forward 19 times.
Yeah.
So I know exactly how many months I've been open.
It's like when you ask a little kid, how old are you?
Yes.
I'm 5.5. Yeah. 5 3/4.
Yes, exactly. So 19 times we've paid it back. We've paid it forward so far.
Very nice.
Yes.
I think I've been with you since the beginning.
You have.
Yeah.
You have.
I'm proud.
Yes,
I'm proud of that.
I stand in gratitude for that. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yes.
And I was just thinking of another tradition that my father had on Thanksgiving. Besides going around the table,
yes,
saying what you're grateful for, he would ask every person to pick someone sitting at the table and tell them why they were grateful for their friendship, their relationship, or whatever. So I'm gonna start this with you.
Oh goodness, here we go.
Tonight. And I wanna.
Don't make me cry.
No, I wanna.
My mascara is not waterproof.
And I wanna thank you, Shashana. Oh. First of all, because you're an awesome friend.
Thank you.
You're a true friend. I know there are a lot of people who are friendly, and I'm grateful for them too. But there are few people who are true friends, and you're a true friend. I know that I can count on you.
Yes.
I know that if I had a crisis, an emergency, something, I know that I could call you and you'd be there.
Yes.
I know that. So I'm grateful for your friendship.
Thank you.
And I'm also grateful for Pifster because it makes it very easy for me to just don't even have to think about it. My dollar goes out of my checking account automatically.
Yes.
And I know that it's helping some organization that is worth it. So I'm grateful for you for doing that. And on a lighter note, thank you for the makeup tips that you've given me.
Ooh, Yes, of course. For people
Yeah.
who don't know, I was a makeup artist in my previous life
Yeah, well,
for 36 years.
you'll always be a makeup artist.
I will. I will. Yeah, I was at a retail store last week and I couldn't help myself. Some woman was asking a question about makeup and the retail person wasn't answering her question. And I was walking and I kept thinking, keep walking. And I was like, no, turn around. And I went over there and I was like, well, here's the answer to your question. And this is why, and this is how you stop it. And she was like, thank you. And the salesperson just stood there. I'm sure the salesperson didn't know, but they weren't answering her question. I was like, okay, thank you. And I walked away, but it was fun. But I will tell you, I'm a firm believer that you get what you give.
Yes.
And you too are also a good friend.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big love fest. Here we're going to go. It's going to be an EJA Shoshana love fest. And that's just it.
The Mutual Admiration Club.
Yes, exactly. You're a great friend and you're a loyal friend. And I know that I could call you late at night and you would answer and
Yes,
you
I
would be
would.
there for me. And, again, of course, I love that. And I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Thank you. And I love Neil.
And I love Chris.
Yes.
We love each
Chris.
other.
Yes.
We love each other.
Okay.
Yes,
It
we
is a
do.
big love fest.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had something else that I wanted to run by you. Oh, yeah. I bet you this happens to you, being a makeup artist. This happens to me. It's so annoying. I don't know how the heck to turn it off.
Uh-oh.
I'm watching a movie, a TV show,
Yes.
and in my head, I'm thinking where the camera was, where the lighting was, where the director and the assistants are standing, where's the background people, where are they keeping the background, how many takes did it take? I can't help it.
Yeah.
Does it happen to you? Are you looking at people's makeup and saying, well, they didn't do this right, or they could have used a little more green or a little more mascara? Or
Well,
do you
here's the
do
thing. If I notice somebody's makeup in a movie, then I know that it's not good because you should not notice their makeup,
Oops.
right? I mean, when you're watching a movie and if you think, oh, they don't have their cheek colors too heavy or their lipstick colors the same as the curtains behind them, that should not happen.
Right.
That should not happen. So if you notice that, then you're distracted and taken out of the story. And yeah, that happens a lot actually.
Yeah.
Because makeup people aren't trained the same way that we were trained back in the day. I mean, we don't in pre-production. I mean, there was a lot of prep that makeup artists had to do. We had to know the colors of the set that they were using. We had to know, just all kinds of things. What kind of film? I think film really made you prepare because there was Kodachrome and Ektachrome and those things were sensitive to blue or sensitive to red. And there was Fuji, which was sensitive to green. So you had to be careful with eyeshadow. If you put green, it would flare as green.
And I hate it when you can see the outline of the actor and that's a bad green screen.
Yes. Well, they use blue screen now too. And I think that's I don't know. It's interesting. Things are just not the quality that we used to have, but I love film. I did too. I loved working on film. It was just such a great textural, beautiful scene, or not scene, but environment.
Yes. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever worked a show where I didn't get along with everybody. Maybe one person here and there, but usually I got along with everybody.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It still is. I hope that someday I'll go back.
That's the best part about working on movies is that you are one person in a team of 300 all working towards the same goal.
Right.
It's the best feeling of all when you know that all these people around you are out towards the same goal to just bring the director's vision to life. And it's so exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's the one thing I do miss about makeup is that camaraderie, that teamwork. Like when you'd work really hard all day, if it was like a makeup heavy film or day, if you had wounds or if you had blood or, or effects or things like that, I miss like at the end of the day, we were so creatively satisfied and you just knew that you were bringing the director's story to life.
Right.
It's just the best feeling.
It is. It is. And in theater, the feedback of the audience is so awesome.
Yes.
When you make someone laugh at the right moment, and when you make them cry at the right moment, it is so rewarding.
Yes.
It is so rewarding.
There was a time where I was working at the Pantages. I can't remember what I was working on, and it might have been The Lion King, or but I just remember peeking outside, and the kids were like just wide-eyed, and they were looking around, and you were thinking, "Oh, look at the gazelles! They're watching the gazelles and the monkeys." And
Yeah.
of course, they're people with makeup on, but
Right.
it was so exciting that the kids were just loving it. And oh gosh, yeah, you get that instant gratification in
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the film industry comes back. I don't know what's going on, but
I hope so too.
yeah.
I haven't.
It's the
worked-
holidays, though. I mean, things
Yeah.
really don't go into production during the holidays because nobody wants to start a film in October when you have Thanksgiving coming up and
Right.
Christmas.
Well, I recently did a project with David Zucker.
Oh,
I'm very proud of that.
nice.
Yeah, I was behind the scenes though. So,
Okay,
and he's such a nice person.
great.
His movies are so funny. You couldn't make Airplane now. Everybody would be offended.
No, you couldn't.
But it is so funny.
Or Blazing Saddles.
Right.
It
So-
still makes me laugh. Or any Monty Python movies.
Yeah.
None.
If you guys haven't seen Airplane, it's an old
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You have to watch it. It's so funny. But you have to watch it and be prepared.
Yes.
If you are woke, you're gonna be offended.
Yeah. If
So-
you're easily offended, you're going to
Yeah,
be
if you're
offended. Just
easily
get
offended-
over it.
If you're easily offended, stay home.
Yes.
But for open-minded people who are ready to laugh, Airplane
Yes.
is one of my
Such
favorite
a-
movies.
Oh gosh,
The
it's so
Naked
funny.
Gun.
Yes.
Leslie
I know,
Nielsen.
such great movies.
Leslie Nielsen that deadpan humor of his is priceless. So I'm very proud and grateful that I had the opportunity
Nice.
to meet and work with David Zucker. He's
Nice.
a nice person, and he's an excellent director.
Well, again, you get what you give. You're a nice person, so I would hope he would be nice to you.
He was nice to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice to hear.
Oh yeah, he was nice to everybody, and his direction is easy to follow,
Good.
and he doesn't yell at people, even when he gets aggravated.
That's important.
He doesn't yell. He
Nope.
he lets you know that you're not doing it the way he wants it to be done.
Yeah.
But respectful,
Nice.
very respectful.
Gosh, I worked on Pearl Harbor, and I remember Michael Bay always yelling. Always. I mean, to the point where people just tune him out and don't even listen to him anymore. And he's the director, and people just tune him out. It's so funny.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
See, that's another reason to be grateful this year.
Yes.
I got to work with one of my idols,
Yes.
David Zucker,
And he was nice.
and he was an awesome
Yes.
boss.
That's great.
I hope to work with him again. If you're listening, David, I'm available. I sent him a text and I said, with the impending exodus of actors,
Yeah.
I'm available.
Yes. There it
Because
is.
everybody's leaving.
Yes.
You know what? Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So tell me more about your Thanksgiving traditions. Are you bringing some to your friend's house? Or are you just going to go with the
I'm gonna go with
Go
the
with the
flow.
crowd
I'm gonna
and
go
see
with
what
the flow.
happens?
Yeah, I'm interested. It's gonna be fun. It's a lot of different people. Well, I mean, they're my friends, but I've never spent Thanksgiving with them. But I'm gonna go with the flow.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure it's gonna be fun because we all love each other. We're all good people,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
a wide variety of people. It's gonna be interesting.
We used to have a lot of people at our Thanksgiving table. I come from a lot of extended families. So
Yes.
when my parents were here, we used to have a lot of people, and I'm kind of used to that. And this year I was dreading Thanksgiving a little bit because
Mm.
what am I going to do? But thankfully, we're sharing it with our friends,
Oh,
Abby
nice.
and Maureen.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and
Good.
their son, Sean.
Nice.
So we're spending it together. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. It is
Yeah.
the time to spend with your friends and your family. I like my friends.
What do you think of Friendsgiving?
I like Friendsgiving. I'm choosing Friendsgiving over family Thanksgiving this year. I like Friendsgiving because there's a lot of us out here in LA that our families are other places.
I agree. And I think it's awesome that people are getting together with their
Yes.
friends and celebrating.
Yes.
I just wish they would still call it Thanksgiving, though, because it kind of loses its meaning a little bit.
Yeah. Friendsgiving as opposed to friends. Yeah. I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting at the table and you're with friends,
Right.
you know that there's gratitude there.
Yeah, I also don't like it when people say happy holidays.
Yeah.
I usually, and I'm Jewish, as you know.
That's so funny that you said that. Chris just had this conversation with me the other day because I ended a letter saying happy holidays. And he said, no, you say Merry Christmas or you say, happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I'm not offended when people wish me a
But-
Merry Christmas.
But the person I was writing my email to, they might have been offended. So I thought it was the safe way to go is just to
well,
say happy holidays.
That's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Neil and I are at a store and we're checking out and they say happy holidays, I usually respond by, and this is not from me, this is from a friend of mine, Amalia Gonzalez. She told me this. She would say, and a Merry Christmas to you too.
Nice.
And most people say, well, thank you, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I'm not offended. I'm Jewish. So what?
I'm not.
It's Christmas.
I don't know. Well, I'm Jewish and I still say Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not offended. In fact, I don't think I've ever said Merry Christmas to someone and they've gotten offended.
And Happy Hanukkah. I've never met anyone who's been offended.
I don't know where that comes from.
I think people get offended on behalf of others who don't get offended.
Well, yes. Oh, that's a whole other podcast, Edie. Yes. Yes. I've never met anybody that's been offended. I mean, and we all know it's well-wishing. So,
of course.
Yeah. How could you
course.
be offended by well-wishing?
Yeah, I know. No.
Yeah.
Say Merry Christmas.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I did. I actually changed it. I actually changed it from Happy Holidays to Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.
And if you want to be specific and if you know the person is Jewish, just say Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
It's not a big deal.
I had to look up how to spell Hanukkah first.
Oh, it spells the way you want it to spell. It's one of those Hebrew words that you can spell any way you want to.
Yes.
Did you ever hear the Hanukkah song?
No. Or which one?
Well, by what's his name? He used to be
Adam.
Yes.
Yes.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Yes.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Yes.
It's
I have
so
heard
funny.
that. He's another funny one.
Yeah. I want to reach out to him and say, you have to add my name to that list of Jewish people.
Yes. You mean he didn't say Edie in there?
He should have.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Actually, when he made the song, I don't think I had been acting yet professionally. No, actually, I had.
Yeah.
But all of this was in Mexico.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, but I started when I was little, but in Mexico.
He definitely did that a while ago.
I look it up every
So
year and
funny.
I share it. It's so funny.
Yes. If you want another laugh, Adam Sandler's Jewish song.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Hanukkah song.
The Hanukkah song.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really funny.
It is funny.
And I just heard this morning he did a Thanksgiving song.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to look it up on the way
funny.
home.
Yeah, it's called, I think that's what it's called, the Thanksgiving song.
Nice.
It's very funny.
Nice.
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yes. Yes.
I've never met him, but
I haven't either. I'm afraid to say he's a nice guy. He's made me laugh quite a bit, and that's where I'll leave it.
I have heard that he's very nice, a very nice guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
From people who actually work with him.
Yeah. That's the worst part is when you work with somebody that you admire and they're not.
I have to say that's never happened to me.
Lucky you.
I did have a little incident with Moses, Charlton Heston. But in retrospect, I have to believe it was the beginning of Alzheimer's. And not him reacting the way he reacted to me. But I choose to think it was the Alzheimer's starting.
Probably
to show
was.
its ugly face. So I'm not going to say any bad about Charlton Heston.
Yes. I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody.
No, me neither. Well, we're coming to the end of the show. Again, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, Edie. Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful, wonderful Thanksgiving.
Oh, you too.
Give my love to your handsome and kind husband.
Thank you. I will. Same to you.
And this is not going to be the end. We're going to be together again doing this podcast, God willing, soon.
I would love that.
And to all my friends, remember this show was dedicated to my beautiful, handsome, awesome daddy, Heron Ocampo, and to my beloved friend, Dennis Prager, who right now could use all of our prayers. Yes, he is in good hands. Thank God. Thank God for the doctors and the nurses. But prayers always help.
Yes, they do.
Happy Thanksgiving. And remember to always, always be grateful.
Yes.
This is EJ Adler. Until next time.
You're listening to The EJA Adler Show, only on LA Talk Radio.